guys, we're back in the shop today. We're working on a 07 new body Silverado 1500 5.3. So 07 to 13 is what this will be exactly, but it'll be similar to any other LS motor, truck, whatever. So we're putting headers on it because the exhaust bolts broke, which means the exhaust manifold actually heated and shrunk so much it made itself bigger. So if all you do is replace the bolts, you would break them again because they're not lined up. They won't be lined up. So we're going to put headers on it, get more power, get rid of the cast. They're going to be, I'll show them to you in a second, so they won't be cast anymore. So it'll have a big flange on it. We won't have to worry about that expanding and contracting, breaking the bolts again and stretching and yada yada yada. So I don't remember what I paid for these, but I think you can get them on eBay for like under 200 bucks. I don't quite remember. I got them a while ago, so when we got the job they were here. They're just cheapies. They're just China stuff. You know, they look pretty decent. And then the gaskets came with it. The only thing I saw that I didn't really like is, you can see right there, they didn't cut the pipe. But honestly, I don't know that that's going to make a difference on anything. About what you're doing here?
All I'm going to be doing here is removing the inner fenders out just to get more access to the manifolds for now. Pretty much it's just these bolts. I'm just using a 9/32 socket, fits them. Got what, 110mm, and then the rest of these goofy looking clips here. And that should take out this inner fender.
After we got the inner fenders out, we had to there's 3 bolts that are right there. You can see the top of the downpipe. And then the back of the exhaust manifold, there's 3 bolts on each side you got to get off. And then the Y pipe will drop. That's why it's down there a little bit. Now you might want to use a little bit of heat on them. They did come right off, thankfully. But we did have to add a little heat, and then they came right down. The next step is going to be those bolts right there. There's one there. There's... Oh, lost the light.
Yep, if you touch that light, it goes off.
There's one right there. And then there's 2 there. And that one is broken. We'll have to deal with that later. But that's going to be the next step, trying to get the exhaust manifold out. We did this on his SS, which is an 04, and it is a lot tighter on those 99 to 06 trucks. This is a lot easier to work on, but it is still the same exact, same exact deal on how everything works. But his had a lot more broken ones on it, and it was so difficult to get to it. But his motor actually sits back into the firewall further on the older body. But yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Everything is going pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy, and nothing's really fighting us too much. So we'll carry on here and give you some updates. So just wanted to show you the differences. We got off the passenger side. As you can see, this is just a flat surface, but what actually happens is that donut sits in there like that. So it's kind of nice because now you're sealing right against metal. So hopefully that works out a lot better, because sometimes you have problems with these leaking. But as you can see, it's, more tubular, supposed to make more power and torque, yada yada yada. Who knows? I don't have a dyno. We don't have one in the backyard, so who really knows? But it definitely should do a lot better than these Chevy cracking all the time, so that's good news. Next step after getting your inner liner out is to get your spark plug wires out of the way, which we will be replacing because one fell apart on the other side. So we're going to do a tune-up while we're at it. Might as well not mess around too much. And it's his parents' vehicle, so it gets used for like towing and, horse trailers and stuff. So you don't want to be stranded alongside the road with that much animal. Alright, so we're just going to whack it with an impact. Now we do have an extension on it, so it's not going to get full impact juice so it doesn't break off. Perfect. That's what you want to happen.
Normally, doing manifolds, I would take out the spark plugs so I don't break them, but since I'm replacing them, I'd rather leave them in, and also it keeps dirt from getting in the combustion chamber.
Look at that, guys.
I don't know if we're going to pull it from the top or I can sneak it out to the bottom.
Alright guys, so we are going to have to take the steering shaft apart right there, because
I'm going to try it here.
You can't really get the header or the exhaust manifold out, and the headers are bigger, so it's just take it apart there and be done with it, kind of thing. You do want to make sure your steering wheel is straight, and you probably want to mark that so you know which way it goes back together. But
I can see that there's a mark here, and I'm going to use my tab here on the clamp to know which way I have it.
And you should bungee cord the steering wheel so it doesn't get all crazy, because you can have problems with your clock spring and such. There she's going. Almost there.
Maybe I'll just give me
Alright, got that bolt out, and let's see if the manifold will come or not.
plenty of room.
Perfect. Now, on for the fun part, the 2 broken bolts in the back. Alright guys, so this is what happened on the other side. We had enough where stuck a nut on there, welded it, and it just came off. Now the problem is,
this one I can, that one I can't.
This one, we're actually going to have to weld on the inside of the nut, which doesn't give you as good as a weld, because this one, the threads are all the way up through here. So we're just going to have to booger it up and hope for the best. So there's the easy one. We're going to do that one first and show you, and then I'll let it run. Wayne's going to get it all prepped up.
See, I just threaded a nut that threaded right on because the threads weren't damaged. So I just threaded up and I cleaned the nut before I put it in. I actually grind the nut because they have a coating on there, which makes it a pain to weld. And then I grinded down the stud with just the sander so I have a good spot to weld.
And guys, this is just a 110 welder. Nothing special. Harbor Freight deal will get you through this. Prepping is the most important thing.
That's where the 110's gonna give me trouble trying to get that back bolt out. That is in there too.
The nice thing is it's an aluminum head, so we can't weld it to the head. So that's one good thing out of the whole deal.
Now sometimes the slag makes it a pain to put the socket on, but usually.
Now also what this is going to do is heat up your bolt and break the corrosion that's in there. So it should come right out if everything goes as planned.
And I even put some PB on there while it's hot. It lets it really soak in.
Yeah, then as it cools, that PB will get kind of like canning stuff when it pushes the air and stuff out. There you go, guys.
There it is, it's out.
Now, if it doesn't go that easy and it breaks off, just weld it again. Just keep welding it on there, and it ain't gonna hurt nothing. So this one broke off flush. Now, this really, if you weld the nut on it holds, it'll come out easily. But these have a lot better chance of not wanting to come out very easily. Now, the interesting fact is the other cylinder head had the exact same broken bolts, except they were in the front. Because the cylinder head, these are interchangeable. You can put them either way. So technically, it's the same casting. So it's interesting that the back 2 broke on this side and the front 2 broke on the other side.